These games are in disarray. We wonder why they need Caitlin Clark to try to save the NBA All-Star Weekend. Did you catch this weekend? Rob Parker, the radio host, former ESPN, former Fox Sports television person, been around forever. And Rob says a lot of outlandish things, and has. That's kind of his reputation. Rob actually said something interesting, compelling, provocative, and relatively insightful. He got upset and said Caitlin Clark is the reason NBA All-Star Weekend is a failure. And people kind of lost their mind. What is he doing? And Caitlin Clark turned down competing in a three-point contest at NBA All-Star Weekend. And Rob's statement speaks to just how far the NBA has fallen. They can't pull off a compelling All-Star Weekend without some woman that never peed a drop in the NBA. It's fallen so hard under this LeBron James model, under this no ante-up model, under this no proper care of basketball, proper care of sports. From our generation, we've demanded nothing of these young people, and so we're getting nothing from these young people. And this is where I disagree with Charles Barkley. It's on us. We should have taken care of these games, and particularly those of us that are Christians. Christians organize sports, and we've allowed ourselves to be run out of it, allowed our influence to be run out of sports. We look at the Super Bowl halftime, we look at all this entertainment, we look at them stuffing rap music and the demonic, anti-black minstrel show down organized sports. You can't go into a basketball arena at the junior high, high school, college, or professional level without some rapper cursing and dropping the N-word. I'm talking about over the PA system. The gangster rap music, the hedonistic, immoral rap music. It's been just jammed down the throat of sports. And Christians haven't objected to it. Well, we don't want to be out of step. As they inject poisonous a mentality and a corrosive mentality into the sports that the Young Men's Christian Association, the YMCA, organized. LeBron James and all these guys are eating off the plate of what Christians put together. But they haven't been taught that. No one's educated them on anything. We haven't required them to pay any gratitude, allegiance to the people that actually built professional sports and allowed them to become multimillionaires. And so I want to play this clip because the feminists are coming. And I'm like Paul Revere. And that's last week when people got upset with me. Hey, Whitlock.
We're just going to get straight to the clip, guys. Look, let me start off by saying this. The NBA All-Star Weekend was a joke. The platform, I'm not liking it at all. And mind you, what LeBron did is absolutely uncalled for. It's just completely disrespectful to the game of basketball. It's embarrassing to his teammates. It shows lack of respect to his teammates. And it just shows that everything has to be about LeBron. That's what he wants it to be. You show up, you're wearing your hat backwards, you take a team photo like that. Like, come on, man. And then everybody's like, Caitlin Clark ruined it. Well, everybody wanted to watch Caitlin Clark. So, yeah, Caitlin Clark ruined it because we all rather watch Caitlin Clark, in my opinion. And I think that's what Rob Parker meant. Rob Parker meant, because he kind of did a double jab at Caitlin Clark. Hey, you owe the NBA because of the NBA holding the WNBA together and supporting the WNBA with money. Caitlin Clark doesn't need the WNBA either. In fact, Caitlin Clark has been offered millions of dollars other places. So, in fact, the WNBA needs Caitlin Clark and the NBA needs Caitlin Clark. It's not Caitlin Clark needs the NBA. Or Caitlin Clark has to do a favor for the NBA. How is it that the NBA, the men's basketball game, is struggling so bad they need Caitlin Clark? How? So don't let this clip go over your head. Let's get straight to it. But Rob Parker is throwing jabs both at the NBA and at the fact that he is a fan of Caitlin Clark and he wants to watch Caitlin Clark play. So now that Caitlin Clark decided, hey, I'm not going to do it. Well, you ruined the NBA All-Star weekend for a lot of us because we rather watch you participate than watch these random people we don't know. Besides the Currys, the Kevin Durants and the LeBrons and those type of players, Giannis and stuff like that. That's, I think, what Rob Parker was trying to get across. So let's get to it and just pay attention real quick.
Ruined NBA All-Star Weekend.
Okay.
They invited her to be involved in a shooting contest with Steph, right? And they were going to make this nice thing go and give people something to watch. She is television ratings gold, right? Everything she's in, people are watching. That would have been the only reason to watch any of the festivities this weekend. And she had the gall, the audacity to say no. How can she say no when the WNBA wouldn't even be around if it wasn't for the NBA? They have subsidized that league forever.
It sounds crazy, but he's making a legitimate point. You can disagree with it. You can bicker with it. He's making a legitimate point. You know why she feels no allegiance to the NBA? Because no one's ever explained to her that this entire league wouldn't exist without the NBA. The NBA has subsidized women's sports. Title IX has subsidized. It's all off the backs of men. But she's a closeted feminist or out of the closet feminist, or she's caught in the wave of feminism that surrounds women's basketball. And so she don't owe the NBA nothing. And she's going to give them nothing because they're here to take the men out. And the men were so arrogant and so stupid. We're helping them. This is assisted suicide. And all the people that have been upset with me, why are you criticizing LeBron? You hate black men. Nah, man, I love men. I love the patriarchy. I love Christianity. I love sports. And I'm watching a useful idiot like LeBron be used to further destroy the NBA, to further destroy men's sports. So that we're in such a place of dependency on the matriarchy that someone could put together an argument, hey, Caitlin Clark ruined it. She's never played in the NBA. It's a woman, but we've put ourselves in that position that if we wanted any shine, any spotlight, any attention around NBA All-Star Weekend, we got to turn to some little white girl from Iowa to bail us out. I hear Charles Barkley, you want to blame Draymond as this generation.
I'm going to be completely honest. I don't think the women are coming for the men necessarily or trying to take over the sport. I think the women's game is growing. And I also think it's still far from being at its peak. And I also think Caitlin Clark had nothing to do with what has happened in the past, 20 years in the WNBA? Let's just say you started off the WNBA with Caitlin Clark. It would probably be in a whole different place. If we're being honest. Right? No shame towards the girls who started this and legends and things like that. No disrespect. But Caitlin Clark is not responsible for what the WNBA has done in the past 20 years since when she wasn't a part of it. She is not responsible for what the NBA has going on. Caitlin Clark and her fans are going to grow whatever Caitlin Clark is a part of. Caitlin Clark doesn't have a contract with the NBA. The NBA doesn't pay Caitlin Clark $500 million. Like some of these other NBA players, $300 million. Caitlin Clark is getting paid $78,000 from the WNBA, and she's supposed to bend her back backwards, acting like you guys are paying her millions of dollars. The WNBA pays her $78,000. The rest of what she gets paid is off who she is. Branding, endorsements, sponsorships. That's because she's Caitlin Clark. That has nothing to do with, I'm the WNBA. I'm Caitlin Clark in the WNBA. Caitlin Clark could go play in any league and she's going to have the same situation. So, it's not Caitlin Clark's responsibility. What I will say is this. Jason has some good points with the NBA, and LeBron is pretty much like ruining it. And I don't want to single out LeBron. There's a lot of you guys. But the NBA, the model, the system, what it stands for, everything we've been watching the past couple years with the NBA is like, we miss the old school basketball. We miss the bean days. We miss when players used to go at it and have a chip on their shoulder and have what do you call it? Have, grudges and have a competition, have a reason to play. A little, back and forth. We don't get to see any of that. Everybody's shooting threes. Scores are 150 to 149 every night. Nobody wants to play defense. People are getting away with traveling. Everybody wants to Euro step now to the highest degree possible. You got guys getting foul calls that shouldn't be fouls. You got guys flopping all over the floor. You got LeBron getting Bronny James in the league. Things like that. And people don't like that. People are not fans of that because they feel Bronny's cheating the system, and it has to do with because of LeBron James. And Shannon Sharp had a great point. LeBron, you're not bigger than the game of basketball. Sorry. Yes, you have a great fan base. People love you. That's great. But you also have a lot of people that hate you. And I've never seen a professional athlete get more hate than LeBron. So that should tell you something. I've never seen more people hate on a professional athlete than I have LeBron. I just haven't. And now I'm starting to see it from mainstream media. You're getting called out from everyone for what you did. How do you show up to the All-Star game the same day, walking perfectly fine, talking about you got ankle swellness or whatever the case is, you can't suit up. You couldn't dress up for no photos. You couldn't put a uniform on. But you could be there front and center for a press conference. You could have your jersey in the locker room. Make sure you're part of all those pictures. Make sure that you know that your name is attached to all of that stuff. But you're so selfish. You couldn't give a 2 to 3 days heads up like Giannis did and let somebody else like a Norman Powell, LaMelo Ball, somebody else who could have been an all-star this year, get that on their resume and let them at least produce for the fans who pay money to fly out, hotels, food, and tickets to get in the arena to see you. But you're talking about, we have 30 games left and you ain't winning no championship in LA. Stop. You're lying. You're lying. So that's really all I got with LeBron. It's just like, bro, you supposed to be the biggest star of the game. You supposed to be the GOAT. Never did a dunk competition. Never did any of this stuff. You don't want to do a three. You shoot all these threes now, but you can't do a 3-point shooting contest. Your ankle hurts that bad. You can't do a 3-point shooting contest, LeBron? Are you kidding me? LeBron, you've never been the person to be, let me go against this guy. And you wonder why the NBA is being called soft. The big dogs, any of the top guys in the league, you guys don't challenge each other. There's no rivalry. There's no me versus you. They're getting paid way too much money. They know how to finesse now. Everyone has an agent. Everyone who, I mean, this is getting ridiculous. as far as Laker goes, you got the roster changing every other week. You got guys getting fired. You got guys getting traded left and right. There's no chemistry over there. People are just not falling in love with the game how they should be. People are actually detaching themselves, and that's why people keep speaking on, and me myself keep speaking on, hey, Caitlin Clark and the WNBA is much more exciting. Look at their All-Star game compared to the NBA All-Star game. The WNBA's is more exciting. WNBA games are more exciting. And that's just the truth. Sad to say, but hey, not really actually. NBA, this is on you. This has nothing to do with anybody else besides the players on the court. You guys get paid millions of dollars. You can't play 100% in an All-Star game? You can't suit up, LeBron? You can't suit up with a uniform on for a legendary picture for an All-Star game? Selfish. Spoiled. We pay them too much money. This is what happens. And then you allow shit like the Bronny thing. He feels like he runs it. Bro, the game, you're not bigger than the game, LeBron. Like, you're not bigger than the game, bro. Like, honestly. You're not. Imagine the backlash Caitlin Clark would get if she went to the All-Star game. A girl didn't get selected. Let's just say a girl didn't get selected. And then Caitlin Clark decides not to play. And she's definitely, and then she's in street clothes when they do the All-Star photos. What is the rest of the league going to say? They're going to be bashing her. Dude, this dude is getting he's getting major backlash from a lot of people. I would never expect to hear from. I'm talking about they're calling him the things I have never, ever heard or would even think somebody would call LeBron from a mainstream media standpoint. It's not a good look. And this is part of the reason the NBA is dying. And it's going to continue to go downhill until LeBron gets out of the league, bro. I'm sorry. Like, nobody likes LeBron right now. It's not good. So that's really all I got. Shout out to Jace. Shout out to Fear. I'm going to catch you guys on the next one. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. We are on the road to 10,000 subscribers here. I couldn't do it without you guys. I got more content on the way. I know been in and out of this channel, but like I said, we got more content on the way. We got the WNBA season on the way as well. I've been covering a lot of the Unrivaled stuff and touching on some NBA topics here and there, but really, you guys know what we're here for. We're here for that WNBA season. So I'm going to catch you guys on the next one. Please hit that subscribe button. It's your boy, C.O. O'Connor. I'm out, man.